you make my motor run. My motor run. Coming off the line for my Corona. I just got done checking some of my investments. I'm invested in a lot of things that do well when the economy goes down. So, I'm Caleb Jones. This is Alpha Male 2.0. This is how to succeed during coronavirus. Lesson number 13. And the longer this shit goes, the more excited I get. If it weren't for people dying, I don't want people dying. I don't want people getting hurt. Okay, obviously. But the longer this shit goes on, god damn, I get... I'll talk about that in a future video. Anyway, today's lesson is, because I realize that you are probably not excited, you're probably scared or worried or concerned, or maybe you are excited, that's great. But if you are scared, if you're going through some shit right now, if you've lost your job, if your income's gone down, if you have your own business and you've lost money there, if it's hard to get laid, all that stuff that's going on right now, this lesson is about, and this is important, and this is something I have to force myself to do sometimes when things don't do well, when things are not going as well as I'd like, is to refocus on your exciting objectives. Refocus now on your goals. Now is the time when things are going wrong, when you encounter some kind of crisis, regardless of if it's an external crisis like this one, or if it's an internal crisis with your own life. If you go to business, you have a business problem, you lose your job, a woman you really like dumps your ass, whatever. That is the time to refocus on the things that motivate you, the objectives, the plans, the goals, the mission if you have one, the vision if you have one. I talk about all this stuff in my materials, is to refocus on that stuff now. And the reason for that is, normally, during times of crisis, you're going to focus on the crisis, and you're going to focus on the negative, and you're going to focus on the worry. And we're all guilty of that to a degree. That happens. It's normal. You don't want to do that. You want to focus on the positive. And so only way to offset that negative is to overload it with positive. So whatever goals you set, whatever plans, objectives you have, you need to pull those back out and refocus on those. I did that myself. So a few days ago, I went through, there's a number of things I do every morning. I actually sit right over there. I review my goals every morning, my affirmations. I rewrite out my goals. I have a whole procedure for that stuff. What I also do maybe once or twice a week or so is I have a visual representation of all of my goals, and it goes through the typical day or the typical week when all my goals are hit. I was about to say when all my goals are hit, with very distinct photographs. So it says, I wake up in the morning, I look out my window and I see this, and I show a picture of what I see. And then I turn over and I see her laying next to me, and it's a woman who now looks like Pink Firefly. This is a goal I already hit a while ago. And so then I go into the mirror, I go into my bathroom and I look in the mirror and I have a body that looks like this. I have a picture of my ideal body. And then I go sit down and do some work, and I bring up a profit and loss statement, and it looks like this. And I put fake numbers in there of what I actually want it to look like. And then I go out and I do this, and it looks like this. And I fly to this place, and it looks like this. The seat on the plane looks like this. It's a first-class seat. I go through all these scenarios with visualizations. I listen to some music. I read this stuff. I read it out loud. And I look at the pictures, and I visualize it. And I just went through a few days ago, and I re-updated all that and got back into it and got excited again because I knew I had to refocus during this time of craziness. And that's what you've got to do. However you visualize your goals or look at your goals or review your goals, you may not be doing any of that stuff right now, and you should. So this is the time, during times of crisis. I learned this from some of my mentors. During times of crisis, when everything's getting fucked up, that's the time you completely refocus and get excited about and recommit to your objectives, your goals, your plans, the things that get you excited. Instead of just focusing, oh my God, I just got to get through this so I don't die. Or, oh my God, I got to pay my rent. Or, oh my God, how am I going to get laid because my whole city is on lockdown for another month or two. Instead of focusing on those things, and I realize those things are real issues that you have to address. I'm not saying you don't address those things, you address them. But you don't want to mentally focus on them. You want to address them in the context of your objectives. That's why so many people are unhappy, frankly. I mean, there are a lot of reasons. But the biggest reason, one of the biggest reasons that people are unhappy is because they do the stuff in their day-to-day lives. I got to go to work so I can pay my electric bill. There's no external context to these things that are exciting to them. So when I go to work, it is in context of a very exciting, to me, master plan. Everything I do, every little stupid thing I have to do at work, including when I have to do stupid work, which I don't do a lot of these days, but when I do them, there's a bigger reason for it. I don't just wake up and go to work because I got to pay my bills or I got to get through this crisis. That's not why I work. I work because I am super excited about some very, very big goals that I set a long time ago, most of which I've hit, but a lot of them I haven't hit yet. And the reason for that is I refocus on those things on a regular basis, certainly when there are times of crisis. During times of crisis is when we forget about these things because they're so overwhelmed with survival. It drops you into survival mode, doesn't it? Especially if you're having a lot of problems right now, you're kind of in survival mode. You don't want to stay in that mode too long. Getting back to your goals gets you into a more of a self-actualization mode, and it puts context, and I keep saying that, it puts context as to why you do these things. You don't start a business because you want to make more money. That's not why you start a business. That's not why I started my business. You start a business to accomplish your overall long-term exciting objectives for your life. You don't learn dating skills or relationship management skills to get laid. That's not why you do that. You do that because you want to design the ideal woman life for you, and every guy it's different. You want to design that life, and you want to think about how awesome it will be once I have this life. And let me tell you something, it's awesome. My woman life today, on a scale from 1 to 10, is an 11. It's better than I fantasized. I can't even go there. Can't tell you the details. Holy shit. It's the kind of thing where if I told myself 20 years ago, here's your woman life, here's how this is going to look, here's your typical woman life on a typical week, here are the pictures of the women you're going to be with, I wouldn't believe myself. So it's worth doing. Not only that, but also financially too. Cool? Okay. I will see you very soon. Be sure to refocus on your goals, however you want to do that, visually or writing them out, however you want to do that. I will see you in the next lesson. Stay rational and take action. Bye.